Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Hybrid, Stage 1. Okay, so let's start out with a quick sketch for myself, just to try to figure out a good placement, and to make sure I get everything just right. Let's try to do, let's see, some like karate hands. You know, something a little different than just standing there. So I just got to make sure I get everything placed correctly. So you may not be able to see it, but that's okay. I'm just going to place everything where I need to, and then I will switch over to a Sharpie and you can see it much better. But for now, I'm just kind of getting everything in its right place. And making sure that you can see everything too. Let's see, I need to double check on these hands real quick. Because they're already starting to fall into each other. Okay, it should work like that. I think I'm pretty close. I'm just gonna double check everything real quick. Looking at a picture here, making sure that I got everything in there. Okay, so I think we're good. And some of it, I'll let the color take care of it. And I guess because I have some of them covered up too, you're not quite going to see everything. Because of the hands kind of getting in the way. But I want them in a kind of a cool, you know, martial arts pose. I guess that's what I was trying to come up with. I said karate pose earlier, but martial arts. Okay, let's see, he's got a belt. Can do it like that. Okay, I'm going to switch over. I think that's enough. We can get to drawing. So I've got him in kind of a karate pose, and just follow along with what I'm going to do. We'll start with the head, and it's pretty basic, so we don't have to worry about too much detail here. We're just going to basically follow along, give him his karate head, and then I can add from there. So his hands, they're kind of in a big karate pose, so I want this one in front. So that's the furthermost image in the front that I want to add, so that's going to be first. Let's go ahead and just add a few details to the face. You know what? No, I'm going to switch out to my sharper Sharpie for that. You're welcome to switch Sharpies or use a pencil if you want, but this one's got finer detail and that's too fat, so I'm going to use this one for the eyes. I'm basically just going to do like this, like a little V. A really flat V, right? Because if you were to draw a V like that, it almost wouldn't be a V, right? And there's some lines going up the seams of his mask. Basically is what this is. And I'll just do another one over here. And I'm just kind of using it to accent the shape of his head, since there's not a lot of detail to show face, you know? I figured that'll work. And he's got some stars, right, on the front of this one. So I'll use this when I come to it. But for now, I'm going to do the hands so I can get them in the right place. Or so I can place everything else in the right area, too. So the hands I'm going to do first. I'm going to do the back of the hand like this. And the pinky's going to be up like that. And again, that's the furthest most thing in there that I want to draw first. And then everything else can go behind it. There's the bottom of the hand there, and I'll go ahead and cut it off like that for the, I guess where his glove is, you know. And then again, give me edges to work with. That's the main thing you want to work with, is edges, so you'll know what to build from here. And so we'll draw his thumb out like this. Okay. And so now I can do his other fingers, draw kind of a line like that so you can see where we are. I'm going to draw his other fingers built behind this. So I'm going to basically add the next finger, and then the middle finger like that. And so see how you get his hand like that. That's pretty easy. So let's work with this. And so I'm going to draw his little spiky things coming off his arm shield. I don't know. Sometimes I run out of words because I'm trying to concentrate on the drawing. Okay, so just going to kind of do something like that. And the reason I did those first is because I want this line underneath. And so now it looks like it's underneath those. Okay, so we're going to give him a little bit of an elbow like that. And this is all in front of his other arm, so there's everything else is back behind this. So I can kind of do something like that for his big shoulder pad. And he's got a armband and pocket and all kinds of stuff over here, but since this is in the front, we can't really draw too much of that. We're just going to kind of do something like this to imply that there's stuff there, and then, you know, we'll take care of all that with color. So see, I just had to put a few things behind it so I can draw everything else connected to it. Okay, so let's do his other hand, and this is going to be back behind this one, but I've got same thing, almost like a karate pose up like that too. So again, I'm going to draw the first part, which is the pinky. I'm going to draw it up like that to the hand, and then I could draw everything else built off of that. So now I'm just going to draw the other fingers like this. That simple. Okay, and the thumb's underneath it. It's hard to show you, but the thumb is going to come down like this, and that's his other hand. Pretty simple. And again, we'll just cut it off for a glove, and we'll do the same thing like we did over here. I'm going to draw these first. These little spiky arm band bracelet things. That looks kind of like sharks to me, so I'm just drawing something artistically like that. Draw this back behind it, and it's going to come to a point. That's going to come down like that. And again, that's pretty much his arm. You can't see it because of that, so we're just going to expand off of that. So same thing, I'm going to draw his big shoulder pad up like this, because that you can definitely see. Everything else is back behind, and I'm just going to kind of draw some lines because you can't see too much else because of the way we have it. So like I said, he's got some stars that I want to draw on his little belt here. So I'm just going to do like kind of like this. We'll just draw a couple of these. And you know, they could be a little bit more defined, but for our drawing, that's all we really got to do. But I want them in front, so that's why I did it like that. I'm going to do just a couple more like that, and that's good enough. That will give me enough to play with that I can draw the rest. Okay, so I'm going to draw his waist so we can build off of that. And I got it kind of, he's hunched over, so I've got kind of creases in his material here. But he's got belts. I don't know what I'm going to call them. I'm really running out of words right here that go across. So I'm kind of gonna kind of do something like this, and that'll define that belt. And we got the other one over here. And since we can see his shoulder, we can bring his neck piece down like that and come across this way. And this one will kind of go like this because it's going around him. Okay, and let's draw his belt and hanging pieces. So I'm going to come down like this, just kind of give him some kind of little belt like that, and then that way I can connect it like this. You know, just to kind of give it some definition. And then he's got the front of his coat. Let's see, let's draw it like, well, you can't really see it because of this belt, so we're just going to come down and hang it like this. Okay, so now we can draw all the rest of his legs, and he's got like these little leg styles. I don't know what to call it. It's just the way the clothing is made, you know. I'm going to add some crease in his pants, like that. And the leg, I just can't think of words right now. I am so sorry. The leg things, like that, are on his pants. And it's just some shapes that are built into the design. It's all it really is. That's it. So from there, we can build the rest of his pants, okay? So I'm just going to do like that. And this knee is going to come down here. And his pants are creased. So I'm going to do stuff like that. You know, just to show some bends in the pants, okay? And close that one out. Close that one out. And now I can draw his... I mean, they're boots, but they're not really because he's got like open-toed sandals. So I'm just going to kind of come down like this. And basically they're wrapped around like that. So same thing here. His leg, this leg is all action posed out. So I've got it like this. So I'm just going to do the wraps around like that because he's got like this wrapped around leather straps. Okay. And so his shoes, I'm going to draw down like this. This one's out, extended. This one's kind of underneath all that, so I'm going to draw like this to define that part. And the same thing, they've got like these leather strap things across it that'll define that. So now we just got to draw his toes because he's got like those ninja toe socks. You know, you ever seen those? Well, now you have. So now we just got to draw a couple toes for the shoes like that. And now I'll take care of the rest with color, so that is hybrid. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.